So it has been a while, but today we're going to be doing another custom lightsaber video, and today we're actually going to be switching things up and doing some lightsabers for my very own favorite Star Wars YouTubers. Now today's video is actually brought to you guys by Fine Edition Sabers, but we will hear more from those guys later on in the video. It is the perfect chance to do a lightsaber integration, considering we are talking about lightsabers already. Now also just quickly before we get into it, I'm also curious to hear if you guys would be interested in seeing me do a Grandmaster playthrough of Jedi Survivor, where I also equip the two perks that make it harder in Purity and Warrior, which actually give increased damage and harder enemies. I'm thinking of doing that as like an edited down series here on YouTube rather than doing the live stream series, so if you are interested in that, be sure to let me know down in the comments. But with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. So up first we have my good friend Mark, otherwise known as Split Screen. He's got the blue, white and red sort of colors to his logo and his branding, so it looks pretty damn cool on a lightsaber. It's not the type of colors I would generally use for a lightsaber, but now that I've actually tried it out, I think it looks pretty damn sick. Now the components for this one are the Patience Emitter, the Eno Cordova Vents, the Hunter Switch, the Serenity Grip, and then the Assembly Pommel. And then over on the other side we have the Hermit Grip, the Diligence Switch, the Patience Emitter, and then the Patience Pommel once again. As for the materials, primary color is the Rebel Blue, the secondary is the Plastoid White, the accent is Inquisitor Red, and then the grip is also the Inquisitor Red as well. And I've got that in the well-kept condition. Like I said, I'm a big fan of this one. It's something that I wouldn't normally do just because it's so colorful, but now that I've made it, it actually looks pretty damn awesome. Now next up we have another good friend of mine in the Aussie Jedi. Now the funny backstory to this one is that we actually were lucky enough to make lightsabers together at Galaxy's Edge at the early preview event for Jedi Survivor, and so I actually know a little bit of Aussie's taste just simply because of what he built at Savvy's workshop. I think it goes really well with the sort of black and white theme that he's got going there on the channel with his logo. It's kind of a cool mix between like a dark side but also not going fully dark with those white accents as well. Now the components for this one are the Detachment Emitter, the Detachment Vents, the Centauri Kree Switch, the Harmony Grip, and the Duelist Pommel. And then on the other side we have the Edgehawk Grip, the Patience Switch, the Hunter Emitter, and the Edgehawk Pommel. As for the materials for this one, the primary is the Plastoid Black, the secondary is Plastoid White, and then both the accent and the grip are both the Plastoid Black again. And once again, the condition is in well kept. I think Aussie would be a big fan of this one, just judging by what he designed at Galaxy's Edge, just simply because it was based pretty much on the same design that me and Twisted made as well. We all have very similar tastes there, and hopefully you guys enjoy this one as well. Now, like I said, today's video is brought to you by my new partners in Fine Edition Sabers, who've just launched 4 new awesome lightsaber designs on the site. And to celebrate, they're doing a 15% off sale, which can also stack with my own 10% off code, giving you guys a 25% off sale. As you can see, they've sent me my very own Fine Edition saber. This one is the Sentinel design based off of Obi-Wan's OT lightsaber. I've got a fair few sabers in my collection now, but the quality of this one absolutely blew me away. Not only is the hilt absolutely lifelike, but the blade and the quality of the saber effects are absolutely unreal. If you guys are interested, definitely head on over to Fine Edition Sabers. The link is in the description. Use the code NEW15 for 15% off, as well as the code SAMMY for a further 10% off. And like I said, you can stack both codes to bring that to 25% off. The new 15 sale only lasts for another week or so, so be sure to get in before it ends. But even if you do miss out, you can use code SAMMY permanently for 10% off, as I am very happy to be partnered with the awesome team over at Fine Edition Sabers. Go and check them out, guys, but with that being said, let's get stuck back into the video. Now, next up we have another good friend of mine in Andrew, otherwise known as Bombastic. He's got some very unique channel colors here in the red, the yellow, and the white. Once again, similar to Mark's lightsaber, they actually look really cool. It's something that I wouldn't normally do, having such a colorful saber, but it actually looks pretty damn awesome. Unfortunately, the yellow is a little bit more orange to me than being a straight up yellow, but it's as close as I could get it, so hopefully you guys like this one either way. Now, the components for this one are the Persistence Emitter, the Persistence Vents, the Hunter Switch, the Persistence Grip, and the Persistence Pommel. So very persistence-based lightsaber, this one. Then on the other side, we've got the Serenity Grip, the Hunter Switch, the Eno Cordova Emitter, and the Serenity Pommel. As for the materials for this one, the primary is the Inquisitor Red. The secondary is the Rebel Yellow that, like I said, it's kind of a bit more orange in my eyes, but it'll have to do for now. For the accent, we have got the Plastoid White, and then for the grip, we once again have the Inquisitor Red. And as pretty much all lightsabers are that I make, they are in the well-kept condition. The yellow does look a little bit better when it is in pristine, but personally, I just like the sabers being in well-kept. They all look a little bit more detailed to me personally. Once again, a bit more of a colorful design that I wouldn't normally go for, but I think these are actually coming out pretty damn awesome. And hopefully the man himself, Andrew, would enjoy this one. Up next is my good friend Niveleth. He wasn't the biggest fan of Fallen Order, but he absolutely loved Jedi Survivor. So I knew I had to make him a saber in this game, and his channel colors are actually perfect for a really awesome lightsaber design in the sort of gold or yellow combined with the black and white colors as well. The components for this one are the Temperance Emitter, the Centauri Cree Vents, the Persistence Switch, the Hermit Grip, and the Gyrotopole Pommel. And then on the other side, we have the Diligence Grip, the Hunter Switch, the Patience Emitter, and the Detachment Pommel. As for the materials, the primary is the Electrum Plated Gold, the secondary is Plastoid Black, the accent is Plastoid White, and then the grip is also the Plastoid White as well. And as always, the condition is well kept. This one is definitely a little bit more in line with most of the sabers that I've made in previous videos, so I was definitely a big fan of this one, and hopefully Nivo likes it as well. Now, lastly, we have another lad that I was actually lucky enough to meet over in LA at the early preview for Survivor, and this one is Battlefront Updates. Now, once again, his channel colors actually really suit a lightsaber. The blue, the white, and the gold, they look absolutely sick in my opinion, and hopefully you guys enjoy this one as the final lightsaber for today's video. The components for this one are the Patience Emitter, the Hunter Vents, the Persistence Switch, the Hunter Grip, and the Edgehawk Pommel. And then on the other side, we have the Diligence Grip, the Serenity Switch, the Diligence Emitter, and the Serenity Pommel. As for the materials for this one, we have the Rebel Blue as the primary, the secondary is Plastoid White, the accent is the Electrum Plated, and then the grip is once again the Rebel Blue. Now I've got this one as well kept, but honestly I think this actually maybe looks a little bit better when it is in pristine, so I'm going to actually change that on the fly. One of the few sabers that I think actually looks really good when it's in pristine condition. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully the man himself, Elliot, likes it as well. So that is it for today's custom lightsabers. Now I've left out some good friends in the Twisted Jedi and Alex from Star Wars Explained. The only reason for that is I've actually already made them some sabers in previous episodes, which you guys can see on screen. So don't worry, I didn't forget about those guys, just I've already covered them in previous videos. I am very keen to hear which saber was your favorite, so be sure to let me know down in the comments section. And if there are some other YouTubers you want to see me make custom lightsabers for, be sure to let me know that as well. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and may the force be with you always.